What's up everyone, General Discharge here. Today's video is going to be discussing the United States Navy Seabee's Underwater Construction Teams. Also referred to as UCTs, they are the dive-capable element of the Navy Seabees who perform construction underwater. However, underwater construction is just the tip of the iceberg for these units. We're going to go over what they do, their capabilities, training, requirements, and much more. If you want the scoop on UCTs, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Before we jump into it, make sure to take a moment and show us some love and support by liking our video and subscribing to our channel. Your support is our lifeblood. Do not hesitate to ask us questions in the comment section below. We check everything. Seabees are the construction force for the Navy, and they are one of the few career fields in the Navy that almost never touch a ship. There's a lot of things that they're capable of, and underwater construction is one of them. Underwater construction teams make up a very small portion of the Seabee community, yet they are very important and make a giant impact. There's a lot behind underwater construction. UCTs have a wide array of responsibilities they are charged with, such as battle damage repairs, structural inspections and assessments, demolition of waterline facilities or submerged obstructions, installation of submerged surveillance systems, or harbor and channel clearance. They also do underwater demolition and specialize in extending construction beyond the shoreline and waterline. Because of how highly skilled UCTs are, they can deploy to support SEAL teams, special boat teams, EOD teams, or augment other dive elements. And, on top of that all, they can apply to support DevGru, otherwise known as SEAL Team 6. That's some pretty cool stuff. So, Seabee divers and UCTs are capable of all of that, as well as being expert divers. So you're probably wondering then, the Navy has Navy divers, or NDs, which are its own rate. Why Seabee divers? What's the difference between the two? Well, while there is a lot of overlap between a Navy diver and a Seabee diver, the main difference between the two are that Navy divers focus more on salvage, recovery, and ship's husbandry, while Seabee divers focus more on construction, building, repairing, and demolition. Seabee divers are more closely aligned with your typical commercial divers. So, you know what UCTs do, but how many are there? Where can you be stationed as a Seabee diver? Let's get into it. As a Seabee diver, you can be mainly stationed at Underwater Construction Team 1 in Little Creek, Virginia, Underwater Construction Team 2 in Port Hueneme, California, and at the Naval Experimental Diving Unit in Panama City Beach, Florida. That's where you can potentially go if you find yourself in the Seabee diving community. But how do you become one? What training do you have to go through?
Hey there, we hope that you're enjoying the video so far. General Discharge has a Patreon. If you'd like to help support the channel, please consider joining the team. Links in the description. Now back to the video.
We'll go over the training, then after that, we'll go over the requirements to get into the community. So, if you want to become a Seabee diver and join one of the UCTs, you have to be a Seabee first, or a Civil Engineer Corps officer, which is the officer variant of the Seabees, but we won't get into the officer side of the house. Don't worry, it doesn't matter which of the 7 Seabee ratings you have, as long as you're a Seabee, you're good to go. Just keep in mind that there's probably more favoritism or opportunities for certain ratings because that's how life works. So after you get through your A school and spend some time in the fleet, you'll then attend the UCT Basic Dive School, which is 26 weeks in length. In these 26 weeks, you'll learn how to become a diver, as well as receive training in the areas that UCTs do work in, such as demolition, etc. There's also a tactical training phase for advanced expeditionary combat skills. Upon graduation, you'd graduate and be a UCT Basic Diver. There's opportunities further down the road to become UCT Advanced, as well as a Master UCT Diver. So, you know what training you'd have to go through to get into a UCT. So what are the requirements? To become a Seabee diver, the minimum requirements are: be any of these 7 Seabee ratings, be 30 years or younger, be in the pay grade of E6 or below, pass a dive physical, qualify for a secret security clearance, and pass a PST, which stands for Physical Screening Test. A PST consists of a 500-yard swim, 2 minutes of push-ups, 2 minutes of sit-ups, max pull-ups, and a 1.5 mile run. The minimum scores you'll need to become a Seabee diver are 14 minutes or less for the 500-yard swim using side stroke or breaststroke, 42 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, 6 pull-ups, and 12 minutes and 45 seconds or less for the 1.5 mile run. If you want a shot at training, go well above those minimums. So, we told you a lot about UCTs, which are units of the Seabees, but do you even know much about the Seabees? If you don't, we got you. We did a video on the US Navy Seabees as a whole. Make sure to go check that out. The link's in the description. Well, that is the down and dirty of the US Navy Seabees Underwater Construction Teams. If you learned something from this video, make sure to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. As always, thank you for watching. Do you even want to be here? A big shout out to all of our patrons over at our Patreon. Thank you all so much for taking the extra step in supporting our channel. It is much appreciated. If you'd like to be featured on a General Discharge video, go give our Patreon a look and join the team. Here's Nnovad.
All your friends are subscribing to General Discharge, and you don't even want to be here.